You are very welcome to this, the Bitcoin Tarot podcast for the week starting the 13th of April 2018 with me, Cosmic Conroy. Last week, the cards told us that if we were patient, a buying opportunity may arise. And sure enough, Bitcoin, stuck in the hells of the 6,000 price, waited and waited all week until finally today shot up in 1 hour by 20%. An opportunity if ever there was one. I think we can safely give the tarot a grade of B for last week. Will we get more 20% in 1 week green candles this week? We turn to the cards to find out. I'll do the usual 4-card spread with 1 card representing the past 7 days, 1 card representing the current moment, another card representing the future of Bitcoin, and an overall meta view of the entire project, a reason for the timeline. We'll begin with the first card. Our first card represents the previous 7 days in Bitcoin, and that card is the Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands is like an action hero. He's always saves the day at the last minute and strives throughout the whole movie, suffering indignity upon indignity until at the very last moment, bing, he comes through and wins the game. And that's pretty much what Bitcoin did this week, suffering all week long in the 6,000s until bing, last moment, big green candle. So the cards are doing well so far. Let's move on to the second card. Our second card represents the current moment in Bitcoin, and that card is the Knight of Swords. The Knight's the most powerful sword in the deck. He's a fighter and a winner, more contemplative than the Prince perhaps, more thoughtful and truthful and wise, but still a winner. I think this card is telling us that Bitcoin is currently consolidating and thinking about what to do next after its impetuous leap. What will it do next? We'll find out with our next card. Our next card represents the next 7 days in Bitcoin, so this is the one. And that card is the Princess of Wands. Like her brother, the princess is also an action movie hero. She can have adventures of her own. It looks like the next week in Bitcoin is going to be very daring and full of excitement. So it would seem that Bitcoin has been impetuous and is now considering its thoughtful future, which will probably have lots of adventure. But why? We turn to our last card for the meta reason to find out. Our final card is the 11th trump card, Lust. This card's pretty unique in the tarot deck. Often it's talked of as mastering your animal spirits, but really I think it's closer to becoming one with your animal spirits and using your animal side to become a more true, full version of yourself. So the reading becomes clear. Because of the animal spirits, we have been impetuous and leapt into an unknown future. We will consider that future now, and I'm sure there is more adventures to come. Unfortunately, that's the end of our reading. I'd like to do a longer, more in-depth reading, perhaps focus on some altcoins or some questions other than price. But alas, I do not have the time and I do not have the money. If you'd like to help with that, you can donate. Here to Bitcoin. If you send money to Bitcoin, then when we do a long format show, we will not talk about any of the other coins at all. If you'd sooner we did, you can send to Ethereum's address. Ethereum is the current leader, and if it's in the lead when we get to the end, I will give a reading on proof of stake. Next up, it's Ethereum's little son, etc. That's right, Ethereum Classic is currently coming second, and if it is in the lead, perhaps we'll do something about the nature of changing the history. Finally, we have a Bcash address. Do send us some Bcash, and if you're winning at the end, then we will talk about big block sizes. So, I hope you enjoy yourself in your adventures this week, and whatever happens, may the Bitcoin bless you.